from Los Angeles. Welcome to Good Morning, LaLa. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack. Welcome to the show. Every Monday through Friday, you can catch us live on all the social media things, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I don't know, everywhere.
We're everywhere all the time.
I know, it's unbelievable.
We missed you, Jazz. Jazz is off. I don't know what she's doing today.
She's just got a day where she's probably going to party it up, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. That's what she's doing. I'm sure
She's wearing red bottoms somewhere. I know it.
For sure. So we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with the universal law. Today is Wealth Wednesday, and I have a question for you. If you won the lottery, how would you spend your time?
Oh, man. So many ways. So many ways.
We're going to talk about that, but I want you to put that in your consciousness. Before that, we have some amazing guests in the house. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. So at Good Morning, LaLa, we'd like to ask how you begin your day. So PJ, starting with you, you help companies create videos and monetize online. How do you start your day?
My favorite way of starting the day is actually having a little bit of apple cider vinegar with a glass of water, and I love it.
This apple cider vinegar thing is huge, right?
I know.
It's like everybody's doing it.
It's the hack.
I know.
Of all hacks, of alkalizing, right? Thank you so much. Dr. Gregory Johns is in the house, all doing recovery and helping people with depression. Amazing work you're up to. How do you begin your morning?
Okay, I'm from Seattle, and it does begin with a cup of coffee. It's got to be just the right coffee. I think coffee, a little bit of prayer, meditation, and a little quiet time. I love that vinegar idea. I've done that. I need to do that again.
I love that.
I feel like as a Seattle local, you're required to answer coffee to that question. You're required. They will kick you out of the city and the state.
That's right. Lots of coffee. That's how we started it every day. We have a producer in the house, Nusha in the house. Woohoo! We love to celebrate the women producers. We love all the men and women. We celebrate all of them, especially we want the women to rise in Hollywood for sure. How do you begin your morning?
So the past 6 months, it's been getting up at around 6 a.m. with my son, who is now 6 months old. So still in that kind of phase of mommy, baby, morning to waking up to a little bit of crying. But it's great.
It's a great way to wake up.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't change. I'm 21 and I still wake up crying most days. Yeah.
Seriously, so we have gorgeous Cynthia Carmona in the house. Netflix hot babe. How do you begin your morning?
Well, my days tend to get a little crazy, so it's very important for me to have the first half hour to hour of my morning to myself. So I like to start my day with half an hour of journaling and then half an hour of meditation and prayer.
I love that. So what do you journal about?
So I do this journaling called the Artist's Way, which is just 3 pages of just whatever you're feeling. You can talk about your intentions of the day. You can talk about maybe a dream that you had the night before. Just whatever you're feeling in that moment, you kind of get it out on paper so that then you can attack your day with a fresh mind. It's awesome. I've been doing it for like 7 years, and I highly recommend it.
Wow, love that. 7 years. She's an expert now.
Wow, how many books did you write?
That's incredible.
You know what? It's crazy. I've been doing some traveling right now for filming, and so I have all of my things in storage, and a lot of it is just boxes and boxes.
Wow, you
of
keep it all? Oh my
notebooks.
gosh.
But it's really interesting because you can go back years later and just read where you were 6, 7 years ago and kind of see how much you've grown. It's been so helpful to me. I really recommend it, guys. The morning pages.
I love
That's incredible.
it.
You inspire me. I want to forget everything I was every single day before today. I feel like
You're an artist right now.
Yes.
Crazy.
Sure.
It's crazy. It's really
Thank you
crazy.
so much. So Rebecca DaCosta is in the house, another beautiful actress. Thank you for being with us. How do you begin your morning?
Hi guys, good morning.
Good
So
morning.
usually I begin my morning with a meditation, a prayer followed by a meditation, transcendental meditation, and then I gotta listen to music because otherwise it just takes me too long to wake up. So this morning I actually listened to Vente Pra Cá, Maluma, and Ricky Martin. So gave me the right energy to come into the studio and come on, let's go.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Ricky Martin is incredible, right?
Oh my God, I love him.
Have you been checking out Madonna's new record with?
No.
Oh
Is he on
my
it?
gosh, it's not Ricky Martin. It's the other one.
Really? Oh my
Incredible.
God. Okay,
Yep, you
listen
gotta
to
check it
what
out.
we've done here. Yeah, I'm the
Thank you
biggest
so
fan.
much. So we are talking about human labor trafficking as well. We've got the producer and writers in the house of Debris short film. Good morning. How do you start your morning?
Hi, yes. I like a cup of coffee, 2 sausages, 2 eggs, a bunch of toast, I like to put CNN on, and yeah, after that, I
You seem
probably,
pretty stressed out, though.
I was gonna say, yeah, you know, he
yeah,
doesn't seem stressed.
that's how I start. A lot of food.
I love that. Somebody in
Yeah.
LA who actually has breakfast.
Wow.
I know.
Not just a green shake.
Not just a green shake. I know. Pretty incredible.
That's the first time
Taking
on
notes.
the show.
I know. It's true.
Well, we look forward to interviewing all of you guys in a moment. So thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome, man. What a beautiful cast of characters today. Huh?
I know. So weird
So
to not
lucky.
have Jez here, huh?
I know, it's so weird. We always feel so naked without Jez. She provides cover.
I know she does.
Right? She's amazing.
So how are you? What's going
I
on?
feel fantastic. I'm so happy that it's still sunny. Okay.
It's good
and
weather.
beautiful. There's like no humidity. I think this is the reason that everybody moves to LA, specifically for this weather. But I feel great. You know, great on the outside, great on the inside.
Yeah, totally.
How are you doing?
Totally at peace. I'm
Yeah.
just, yesterday I had a really beautiful day. We do, of course, group coaching Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Society. And, you know, money is such an interesting conversation, I
Yeah.
think, for so many people. And there's so many places that we have blocks. And I know that for me, there was a big shift when I began to take a look at business development as spiritual development. But I think that, you know, once you do your inner work and begin to look at what's really going on around money and stuff, I think there's a really interesting question, and it's a question I posed earlier, and so I have this question for you.
Oh,
So
no.
if
I'm
you
scared.
if you won the lottery,
Yeah.
how would you spend your time? Would you spend it any differently than you're spending it now?
No, but I would probably scale faster and harder.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, instead of just having the workshop or the event, or it's me and it's whoever, I would be like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Madonna and Ricky Martin. Why don't you guys perform
Right.
at the work? So I think I would mostly, almost exclusively, continue doing what I'm doing. I would just scale harder and faster. And,
Right.
yeah. What about you?
So the invitation is to write down exactly what you'd be doing if that's it.
Yeah.
And then know that you can ask and call that in now. There's ways of doing it even without money. There's ways of innovating. There's ways of having relationships that can take that quantum leap.
Yeah.
And the point is that I think as the extent to which we hand our power over to the money, we think we do less just because of money, is the extent to which we will experience being
So
disempowered.
true, so
okay?
true. So I can call that in.
So I need to do that too.
Yes.
So this is our homework.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
So to really think about what we would do if money's of no
Yeah.
issue, what would we be doing differently? I know both of us would be doing exactly what we're doing, just maybe on a grander scale.
Yeah, I love that. So I've got more homework. I didn't have enough to do before this, but I do love that homework. I think it takes priority over the other things that I'm up to. The fact that I can call it in is great.
Right.
I wish there was a phone number. I could literally dial into my phone.
There is. It's called the universe.
The universe,
Yeah,
yes.
right? So interesting because a lot of people, I'll talk to them about money, and a lot of the quandary is that they want money, but they actually want freedom. They want
Yes.
financial freedom. And so it's like the point is that there's an inauthenticity there. Because if you won the lottery and you just hang out, then create a life of hanging out.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Do it right now.
Do it now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's inauthentic, then what you're doing is not from your true passion of life.
Absolutely. You know, I love that point. I love the point that you and I talk about a lot, which you speak to really eloquently, which is like this idea and the program that we have around money. And you know, I often talk about it as a money contract that we have in our head, a success contract that I have in my head, that stipulates what I need to do or what I can't do in order to make money, right? So for the longest time I thought, you know, it was really about I have to work harder and harder and harder to make more and more money, but sometimes it's just about working smarter. Or in other cases, you know, I discovered in my life that I often made the most amount of money when I seem to be working the least. Isn't it profound?
I think that you're good, like we've talked about, we're different types of manifestors. You're just meant for like huge platforms just to come and go, Rob, we want you, you're brilliant, you look great, you make us all look better.
Wow.
Like, you just have that brilliance about you.
What else do you love about me, Erin? What is it that you really...
I think it's important. and
Tell
I
me
think-
more.
And I think, no, but I do think it's important to ask the people around us.
Yeah,
Like,
I
because
agree.
we don't always necessarily, it's like fish telling them what water is, right? We
Yeah.
don't necessarily think. So for you, I think that you have that genius, and I think you should be asking the people around you because they see you
Yeah.
in what your genius is.
I think that's such a great point, and that's often, I think, you know, with my executives, we do 360-degree feedback surveys so they can get objective feedback from all the people around them, above, below, and at their level, you know, at work. But we don't think about doing that often in our own lives, right, with the individuals and our friends and families that we know and love, and that know and love
Right.
us. So I love that
I
point.
know.
We need to
So
do more
good.
of that, probably.
Yeah. So today, the invitation is to write down everything, where you'll be spending your time. Obviously, you'll be able to buy more stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how would you spend your time, and look at that and ask yourself, how can you innovate and implement that today?
Yes, exactly.
Right?
And if there are some of you out there who have already reached this place, maybe they've already got enough money, you can send it our way.
Send it our way.
Yeah, we are always up to receiving, and we can find a good way to use it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our amazing guests about how they have created lives that they love. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm GMLA, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
I'm so excited to be here on the couch with all you amazing people.
Yeah.
I'm just in complete awe. Thank you.
Happy to be here. And for those who don't know what goes on, this is a big old, there's a lot going on here. You do this every day.
Live.
God bless you guys. I mean, people, there's a lot going on.
Thank you for having me. This is an awesome studio.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I feel that, actually. I can feel that.
How exciting Motivation Monday. And the guests this morning have been incredible.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
And we have Rachel Boston, who is in The Last Bridesmaid on Hallmark. It actually is dropping tomorrow, the 22nd, right?
It is. Tomorrow night's our premiere.
Woo!
Congratulations! I am so excited to welcome Jason and Ashley Waller to the show. Congratulations on the new beginnings. We're so excited for the premiere on MTV tonight.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.
The book is actually being shipped out today. It published this week.
What? Congratulations.
You guys are the first show that I've actually done talking about the book.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
Our friends at Universal Pictures have a special delivery for us this morning from a tethered himself. Have you seen the film Us by Academy Award winner Jordan Peele?
You know, I'm sitting here next to you guys, and it's just like, this is a powerful moment for me. Like, you know, I'm humbled by it because it's like I'm sharing this movie with you guys, and you know, it's moving for me.
What are you most grateful for today?
I am so grateful to be here and to have the opportunity to be with all these wonderful, badass boss babes and with all of you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to share the positive messages out in the world because I think the world really needs it right now.
What we have done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
and I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born. Now,
Show the camera.
up to you to choose the winner. Is it Annie? Is it Haley?
That's why I like this show. You know, years ago I did the Dinah Show, which is Dinah Shore, and it was a daytime show. And it was kind of like this. And it was just like very up, and it was all positive stuff. They didn't bring negative stuff to the audience. And that's why I feel with this show. It's very relaxed. You know, it's very professional, but it's quite a bit of fun.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
First TV experience. I'm so happy I did it with you.
That will inspire, uplift, and empower you. Anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa. And we're talking about living a life that we love. And can you imagine working with your partner, doing what you love? This is a power couple right here. We've got Nusha and Richard Raymond in the house. You guys have written and directed and produced A Million Eye short film. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, well, ladies first. But we love working together. This is our second film as a director and a producer, and we collaborate as well. It's really important because they're not here on this couch to give a shout out to our producers that we collaborate with, Josh Reinhold, Erin Charles. We love working together. We have our kids on the set. It's the best feeling in the world. And the reward is always the creation of whatever you're doing. And it's just such a bonus when you can do that with family around. So many of these films you go away from your family, whether it's the mum that's directing or the dad that's going off. And so to be able to do it together is just an absolute blessing.
Right.
We love it.
You have some huge actors in the short film. Tell us about some of them.
Yeah, so Katie Lowe's is the lead. She's in the show Scandal. She plays Quinn on Scandal, and she's amazing. We absolutely love her. And also Joe Morton. He was Kerry Washington's father in Scandal.
Amazing. Well, we have a little bit of a trailer about it. Let's take a look at it right now.
You know what photography means?
Yeah, it means pictures, right?
Yeah, but when you break it down, it really means drawing with light.
Do you think I'll ever be as good as you?
Hell, I ain't got what you got. You have the ability of showing us things in a different way. The way you feel it. That cannot be taught.
Well, what if I don't got nothing to say?
Not you again. You here to walk me home?
Yeah, Mom.
I don't know about pictures or art. They're just lovely.
Shoot something that you love so much that it hurts. The truth. The way you see it.
Magic.
So powerful. So tell us a little bit about the premise of the movie.
So the film, written by Kurt Zacharias Jr., who's a first-time writer from Tennessee, it tells the story of Leroy, a 14-year-old boy who sees the world in a unique way, but he sees beauty, revelations, and stories in places that people would think are just ugly and mundane. And he has a camera, an old 35mm camera that's broken. It's his father who died fighting for the United States overseas. And he holds his camera and he frames up these images, but he doesn't know how to use the camera. And he meets this mentor figure in Joe Morton, who teaches him about 35mm photography and teaches him how to load and develop and capture the things that he sees. And through his art, it's the story of the film is one of healing and how art heals, especially in the relationship between him and his mum, who is an alcoholic and in suffering from the loss of the male figure in their lives. The film speaks to the importance of mentors in kids' lives, especially those from under-celebrated and underfunded communities. When we did our film last year, Souls of Totality, we went all around the world to these film festivals, and we would always meet these kids who come from families that didn't think a job in the arts was one that was worthy of anyone's support. And a lot of the questions that we would get is, how could I do that? What's the way in? And I just felt that showing how mentors in these people's lives are the ones that can really help you, especially when you first start out, when you first feel that art, that light in your heart, and it's fragile, and you've got to learn about it. And these moments in one's life have fragility in them. You could go off the path and never go the route of becoming an artist, never find that voice. It's extinguished before it's even been discovered. And so we just felt it was a really good thing. The script was brought to us by our producer, a friend, Josh Reinhold, and we shot it in Atlanta, and it was just the most amazing experience.
Amazing, you guys.
Just incredible.
Amazing.
I wanted to ask you something, right on the break. You and I were talking about the ways in which art is so healing, and you mentioned sort of for the 13-year-old actor there, that it actually was a very healing, sort of cathartic and therapeutic experience for him actually to get into acting. Talk to us a little bit about that, because I think that's often overlooked.
Well, Elijah shared recently with us a story of how he suffered from anxiety. He's a 13-year-old first-time actor. This is his first film. Wow. And he found that going to acting classes was a way of him being able to pacify and heal his anxiety, inhibiting other people, experiencing what it's like to feel what other people feel is his way of actually feeling better.
Yeah, and he shared that with everyone also.
I love that.
Yeah, to like inspire other peers around him, which I think was really mature for a 13-year-old boy.
So much smarter than me. I just struggled through it for 20-some years.
Tell us where we can find and follow your personal journeys and find the short film.
So we can find the short film on A Million Eyes on Instagram and on Facebook, and also the website, A Million Eyes.
Yeah, we're currently playing at film festivals all over the world. We've got 6 film festivals in November.
Right.
We're at St. Louis, Pittsburgh, we're in London, we're in Japan. So if you just go to the Facebook, you should find a cinema near you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Tell me where I'm holding. If you could describe the legacy you want to leave behind in a couple of words, what would it be?
You know, the person who made a massive dent in the world of loneliness. You know, it's the #1 health epidemic that we're facing in the world today. It's the #1 predictor of our mortality. It's more likely to kill you than smoking, heart disease, traffic, the flu, sitting. And if I can make a dent in the world of loneliness, then that to me is everything.
Aww, I love your message and I love your story. And for you guys out there, go download Hey Vina. It's really, really remarkable. I downloaded it. They ask questions that actually help target who you're looking for and who you're looking to network with and become friends with. Thank you. If you like this, please share it, please comment it, and thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa. And we're talking a lot about having professions and careers that we love. And one thing that has really touched our lives is film, movies, right? So Rebecca DaCosta's in the house. You have a new movie called Unseen.
Yes.
And it's about sex trafficking.
Yes. Hi, guys.
So glad you're here.
Yes, so it's a movie about sex trafficking because you have this idea that is very far away from us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the University of Texas did a research where 82% of the sex traffickers are from the U.S.
Wow.
So we have this idea that something foreign, something, you know what I mean? So it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And with social media, our kids just became even more exposed.
It's all over social media right now.
Yeah, because now, you know, I used to be a model. I started when I was 14.
We could have guessed that.
Yeah. I would never have thought that, yes.
So at the time, our mother said, you know, the thing was to get kids was when you'd go to a park or, you know, a public space, they would say, oh, be careful with strangers, because that's where they would try to get the girls, you know, to say, oh, you should be a model, and then they would trick them into sex trafficking. Now, you don't have to go to a park.
Mm-hmm.
They come to you, to your room through, you know, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth.
I heard that they kind of get the girls on drugs, and then they kind of get into a cycle, and they can't really get out of the whole.
Yes.
It's a mental slavery,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, it is.
So how did this project find you, or how did you find this project?
Yes. So I met the director, Elizabeth Blake Thomas, and she's amazing. She's from, you know, England, and we were talking about doing a female-driven like thriller. And we were like, hey, let's do it. It's woman power. And she goes, also, by the way, I have this other project about sex trafficking. I was like, oh my God, I'm in it. Because I've been always like involved. I did some work with the UNICEF back when, you know, there was that horrible earthquake in Nepal. So that's when I started to get into the project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're talking a little bit today about if you won the lottery, how would you spend your time? And it sounds like you're doing exactly what you would be doing.
Just to be a working actress in Hollywood.
That's like getting the lottery. Right? Was there a time when you were not doing what you really love to do? And what was it that had you decide, I have to do this?
I think when I was modeling, I never really wanted to be a model. But I was very tall. I was 6 feet tall when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
But I come from a simple family, Brazil, and I wanted to travel, I wanted to see the world. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that because that's going to be the way for me to travel. But I never liked to be judged only by the way I looked. Because sometimes you go to a casting, people look at you, they're very nice, but some other times they treat you like you're just a piece of merchandise, you know? And sometimes I didn't want to do that. So finally, I migrated. I went to acting, which I really love. I love psychology. I'm studying psychology as well at UCLA. So so that was the time when I made the shift.
Makes sense.
But if I won the lottery, I think I would spend more time with my family back home in Brazil. Yes, for sure.
Well, you're such a light. Where can we watch the movie?
You can watch the movie on Amazon, Vimeo, YouTube, all the digital platforms.
Thank you so much for bringing your voice to so many people that are still suffering out there.
I do have one quick question. If there's one message that you wanted to share sort of through the movie, about the movie, what's the one message you would like people to be aware of?
I think the parents should be more involved, you know what I mean? Most of these kids, like you said, they are very vulnerable. When a sex trafficker approaches a child, he doesn't say, I want to put you in prostitution. They say, they approach as a friend, sometimes as a boyfriend. So just be aware your child is, what time, with who. I think it's the most important. Just be aware all the times where they are.
Fantastic. It's great life advice too, right? Just to be more aware.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you for all your work you're doing for so many out there.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Welcome to the show. Today we have Life Master Tony Lanning. Today we have a very special guest, Alon Torres. Today we have a very special guest, Mark Harari, on the show, and he is, you have really inspired me because you walk the walk, you talk the talk.
It's never too late, no matter what your age. Doesn't matter if you're young, it doesn't matter if you're older.
Over the last 10 plus years, 12 years, it's been this journey where as I was continuing to help others, I was helping myself. As I went deeper, I was able to bring people deeper.
But you've got to put it aside. You've got to put it aside.
Right, that's one of his tips, is leave the at the door.
Drop it at the door.
But we can't give you too many more little tips because we're going to give away the whole thing. But there is a video if you click below.
I'm Life Master Tony Lanning.
Yay! See how easy that was?
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. Today we're talking about loving our lives and doing what we love to do. And there's so many people that are struggling in the world that are not loving their lives, dealing with depression, dealing with eating disorders, dealing with all kinds of things. We have Dr. Gregory Johnson in the house. You have written 39 books.
What? No.
You have a center up in Seattle, like a walking angel right here. How are you, hon?
I am great, really.
Thank you.
It's good to be with both of you.
It's good to have you.
Thank you so much for all of your work.
Well,
your book is called Healing Depression for Life.
Wow.
Okay, sign us up. How
Yes.
does that-
Okay. Well, no, we have way too many people who are suffering from depression, who feel hopeless. They feel despair. And so part of it's been 36 years of helping people with depression. And part of what we do at A Place of Hope, where I'm from, is the whole person, putting together all the different pieces. We look at this as a 1,000-piece puzzle. We all have different pieces, and we need different pieces of our lives to be put to complete that puzzle. So it can be done.
I love this. So talk to us a little bit about those pieces, because I think sometimes people hear that and they think that's great, but what pieces are we talking about?
So here's what we know. We've got to look at our emotional side, our emotional history, anger, fear, guilt, all the fun emotions, sorry.
We love those.
Relationships, the health of our relationships, the desire for our relationships, intimacy. We've got to look at our physical side. I'm going to put exercise, physical well-being, nutrition. We do fitness with all of our clients, look at what's going on physically. I'm going to look at nutrition. What's going in your mouth? Hey, we just worked with a guy who'd been suffering from depression for 20 years. Nobody ever asked him what he put in his mouth. What do you eat? And what we found out was this guy was doing about 2 pots of coffee a day.
Oh my gosh.
2 pots.
Yeah.
So 24 cups of coffee every day.
So explain why it matters, because lots of folks say, that's a
Okay,
how does that play out?
Okay, yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm from Seattle, you got to drink a little coffee, right?
You're like, I'm for us.
Well, here's the deal. You can't do that amount for
Yeah.
20 years and it not have an effect on your body. And so he was suffering from depression. He could be continuing to take medications, but that wasn't going to solve the issue. So the whole person. So look at all those different pieces. The World Health Organization tells us that depression is the #1 disability in the world. So we're just not talking about a problem in the States. We're talking about a problem globally.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yes.
We talk about this a lot, and really to be empowered is really, coming back from that gradient, and it goes, we can all get
Yes.
sad at times, we can all
Yes.
get a little depressed at some point, but then there gets a place where somebody needs help.
Yeah,
They
it's
can't
clinical.
just,
Yeah.
it's clinical, right? So when would somebody say,
sure,
I got to check myself in, or I need to check my family member in, or whatever that is?
Today can be a day where I just make a decision to gather more information. So it could be a book, it could be asking somebody, but today's a day I'm going to gather more information. Here's how that can look. I may be suffering from isolation, I'm disconnecting from others, I'm spending most of my life in escapism behaviors.
That's probably 90% of the population right there.
Yeah. Just finding ways to distract ourselves from the thing that really matters.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, escapism, it could be
Right?
technology.
Could be technology.
It could be alcohol, could be drugs, could be food, but just escapism behaviors. Things that take us away and distract us from our real goals. So if I'm doing all those escapism behaviors and 2 months have passed, if I'm just isolating, my appetite's affected, sleep is a really big one of depression. I used to work in sleep research in a research laboratory studying people and their sleep. We know if you don't go through the stages and spend enough time in certain sleep stages, you're going to have a physiological depression. So
question about this, and I love this, and I went through depression for decades, honestly,
Yes,
and
yes.
I was suicidal for a while. And I think one of the greatest challenges is that you just lose interest and hope in anything and everything, and it's impossible to do the simplest things sometimes,
Yes.
like simply get out of bed. And
Right.
so what do you recommend people do that are in that place where they're like, man, I love this whole person thing, it's amazing, and I'm having trouble brushing my
can't get out
teeth.
of the, yeah.
I don't see the point of doing anything.
Right. Okay, so you've hit on something super important. It's that apathy. It's that I don't have energy for anything. It's the person who says, you know what, it takes energy just to breathe. I love what you're talking about, but I can't do any of it.
Yeah. So where should they start?
Well, one of the things, every day, let's take a step of progress. Every day. Somebody who's with us right now couldn't even go for a 20-minute walk. To think about going outside and walking around the block was overwhelming. So you know what? Grab somebody. We're going to go outside. We're going to go for that little walk together. Get movement in there. But don't try to do this alone. If you've been suffering that long, now's the time. I need to ask for help. Maybe I don't know what I need, but start asking for some help.
There might be a professional out there who's written 39 books.
Yeah.
So they can hit up.
I can tell you from my own journey, there is really hope. Now, hope comes when we have a plan, so we've got to get that plan together.
Yeah.
And I really am biased towards the whole person. You got to look at all the pieces. I didn't mention yet, but there's the piece of faith, the spiritual side of our lives. We've got to look at that.
Carl Jung was big on that one, right? He said he'd never seen a permanent healing of anything without a restoration.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's just,
Well, tell people where they can find your books, of course, and where they can find your center.
The book should be everywhere, but go to aplaceofhope.com. Aplaceofhope.com. Lots of great resources.
Thank you so much.
Oh, good to be with you.
So you or somebody is struggling with depression, please reach out, whether that be, if there's one thing about suicide, if you have means, please reach out to a suicide line and also get help for sure. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Today I'm officially coming out of the closet as a mother. I've never publicly announced it. I've been a model for 15 years and now I'm finally letting people know I have 2 kids. I have a 16-year-old son and my 13-year-old son will be 14 in another month and a half. Obviously explaining that I have a 16-year-old, people are gonna be like, wait, how old are you? And I'm under 40, I'm 36. Okay, let's just get that out there.
Oh, wow.
Coming out of the closet again.
You came out twice already today.
I know, oh my gosh.
I hope that our viewers are watching this to realize that when you have a passion and when it pays the bills and you can live a good life and provide for your children, there should be no shame in what you do.
Right.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa. We're talking about if you won the lottery. Well, clearly, these women that are actresses in Los Angeles and Hollywood definitely have already won the lottery, and you're bringing a lot of love to our lives. So Cynthia Carmona is in the house. She is on the Netflix series Greenhouse Academy.
Yes.
How are you, Sunshine?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Let's tell us a little bit about Greenhouse Academy.
So the Greenhouse Academy is about an elite boarding school set in Southern California. And the school is divided between two houses. Think along the lines of kind of like a Harry Potter. So you have your Eagles, which are more of the jocks. You have your basketball players, your cheerleaders.
That was Rob.
That was me, yeah.
Well, you know what, Rob?
But I wasn't mean.
No,
Okay.
good. Because I'm an Eagle.
I'm an Eagle for sure.
Yes, and I'm an Eagle on the show, so I can say we're definitely nice sometimes.
I wasn't an Eagle. No, I was definitely not an
No?
Eagle.
No?
No.
What were
And
you?
then-
I was a bad kid.
Okay.
Well, I was just kind of like,
Like a rebel?
anti the man. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All day. But it's the Eagles and then it's the Ravens. And the Ravens are more, I don't want to say nerds, because nerds are cool, so I don't want to talk down about the Ravens, but the Ravens are definitely more along the lines of like the academics.
Okay.
I was also that.
I wasn't
but
that either.
super not cool.
Yeah, no, I'm still not cool. Still haven't gotten there yet, but I was definitely a mix of both because I've always been very active and athletic, but I was definitely always been a bookworm.
Ah, interesting.
wow.
So you've got these different
Interesting.
sort of cliques.
Yes.
Then what?
Yeah, so basically, you're following them throughout their teenage years in high school, which is, I don't know about for you guys, but for me, it was absolutely horrible.
Oh, it was pure pain.
Yeah, and so totally. So you're watching these teens kind of just deal with life. But there are also some sci-fi elements to the show kind of just thrown in there, and it's how the kids of the greenhouse handle all of that.
Wow,
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
Mixed with the Ravens.
Yeah.
And the Eagles.
I love that.
Eagles.
I love that.
It's pretty interesting. So tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming the actress that you are today. Was it a tough journey? Was it effortless for the most part?
I mean, it's never been easy. And I think anything that's worth having is not going to come easy. And there's definitely been a lot of hard work along the way. But there is definitely something that I feel every artist has naturally. So that's the only thing that ever really came easy to me was this natural instinct, this inclination, this need to want to tell stories and to want to perform. And so I grew up in Miami, Florida.
Oh,
Shout out Miami.
You guys are like
305.
That's
I
right.
am a proud
The original
Miami
area
girl.
code.
Yes, exactly. I am a very proud Miami girl. And yeah, I grew up in Miami to Colombian and Venezuelan parents. And Miami just has so much culture, so much art. It's so rich that it inspired me so much. I actually started off as a dancer in Miami. Growing up, I just did a lot of jazz and like Latin ballrooms and salsas. And that kind of just birthed the performer in me. But really, I've been performing since before I could walk. My parents would always come into the room and find me just literally talking to myself in the mirror, and they'd be like, "You're gonna go crazy, just stop, what are you doing?" Or just like dancing and making little videos and stuff, or producing plays in, my friends' garages.
It's always a great way you can turn the acting up into acting.
Absolutely.
And get paid for it.
Absolutely, which is
You know.
amazing. It's something that I did as a kid, just playing and enjoying myself, and it was my escape growing up, honestly, from like whatever maybe I was dealing with at home or in school, as we were talking about, like those rougher years in junior high and high school. And then I just started training. I did some classes in Miami, and then I actually didn't fully pursue acting until after high school. My parents were like, "You need to get a real job." And so I actually went to school for dental hygiene, believe it or not, in Miami. That obviously didn't last long because I quickly realized that you have to fearlessly go after your dreams. So right after high school, I moved here to Los Angeles. Man, that was a while ago. And I was here for a while, got some work, met my manager who's here, Tom Bixby. What's up, Tom? and was just training as much as possible. I lived in New York for some time and studied as much theater as I could and did as much theater as I could and was just around a community of very talented artists. And now I am back in LA, which I love, and just
enjoying this sunshine weather out there, right?
It's really incredible
It's
weather
really
here.
amazing. And I think there's probably some of you that would like to have you give them the formula for becoming an actress. And just like what you said, I don't think no one can ever really tell you, script out how
No.
the formula is. Just you just got to follow it. Like it sounds
No.
like you just followed your heart,
Yeah.
followed your love.
Yeah, and I believe that's true for a lot of things in life. It's really just about following your truth. What speaks to you? What moves you? What makes you think? What makes you uncomfortable? Like just more than anything, whenever actors or aspiring actors will reach out to me, I just tell them first, you have to just train the craft as much as possible. I'm from like the dancer's discipline background, so I really believe in training craft as much as possible, but also just being self-aware of yourself. What kind of message do you want to put out into the world? That will dictate the kind of films that you do. Or, hey, maybe I don't want to be an actor. Maybe I want to be a writer. Maybe I want to direct. Maybe I want to be a music supervisor, which I think is the coolest job ever. Yeah, so it's about following your truth.
Well, it sounds like you have a life that you love for sure. So how can people find and follow your personal journey?
Well, I'm definitely not a big social media person, but I am on Instagram. It's the only social media that I have at the moment. And I think I'm pretty good at just connecting with people. I love that about social media, that we have kind of like a easy, direct access to the people that are following my work and how it's affecting them. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Cynthia Carmona.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
To stories of people changing the world, EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. We're talking about living a life that you love. And there's many people out there that are struggling and having a hard time. We're talking about labor trafficking. You two gentlemen have created a short film. It's called Debris Short Film. We have Julio Ramos and Lucas Morales in the house.
Yes.
It's an honor you guys have come here, and we want to discuss this with you. So tell us a little bit first about the short film.
Well, it's a thriller. It's set in a construction site in a house in Los Angeles. And it's literally about these construction workers dealing with an incident that happens, an accident that incapacitates a worker.
And so what does this mean for someone who's in labor trafficking? They don't have medical insurance. They
Yeah.
don't have anyone probably even being able to take care of them. What happens?
So you key on a good question. Like I think the impetus kind of came from the idea that who are these people that work on these big, beautiful homes that you see everywhere here in Beverly Hills and stuff like that? Like, they all have their own lives and how they got here. And so when you kind of dissect that, or you kind of just investigate that, if someone gets hurt on a construction site, like what would happen to them? Like, so we kind of dive into that. Of course, it's in a darker tone, but it's not too far from reality. In some instances, it's not obviously the whole case, but I think that's what kind of yeah, that kind of was a spark of it.
Right.
Wow, so interesting. So how'd you guys connect, and how'd you find the script?
Oh, there you go.
Well, we went to film school together. We're graduates from from UCLA. From UCLA, yes.
Yeah.
So Lucas is the producer in this film and also the writer and the writer-director. But Lucas is also a director, so we've been collaborating since film school for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, but you know, go Bruins, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, it was great. I mean, we've been working together on each other's films. Like he said, like we both went to the MFA directing program, and you make a lot of films there. And I went down to Peru with him. He's originally from Peru, so went down and made some films there. And then we kind of got out of film school and we're trying to find out a certain thing. He had an interesting start of a story, and we kind of went through it. And it was just great to kind of get back on our feet and kind of do something interesting outside of college, and then also outside of our own work that we do.
Absolutely.
I love that though, because we're talking really about living. You know, what would you be doing if you won the lottery, and doing what you'd be doing? And it sounds like you guys really love what you're doing. Is it fun? It's hard work though.
It's a lot of work.
What would you do if you won the lottery right now?
If I won the lottery right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably buy a bigger TV.
Bigger TV?
Yeah, bigger TV?
Yeah, yeah.
See, bro?
Yeah.
That's
Eat
pretty
3
amazing.
sausages now in the
Same,
morning,
bro.
right? Yeah. I think I would just make more films with my friends about important things. And that's about it.
that.
Well, just do that. Yeah.
He'll be sitting at home with the bigger TV.
Yeah, I know, right?
watching it.
I'll go over and that stuff. But yeah.
So rad, you guys. So how do we see the short film?
Well, it's probably going to be available online early 2020. We have a distributor company, so we can't say much about it, but yeah, just in there.
And of course, we're all invited to your house to watch in your big
Yeah, on the big TV. Yeah.
I still have to get a TV though.
Yes. We didn't win the lottery. That's a bummer.
Lottery, oh yeah.
It is a bummer.
Details.
Anyway.
How about some coffee? Tell people where they can find and follow you guys.
Well, we're on Facebook. You know, you can find it with a Spanish title, which is Desecho, the short film on Facebook, and then after that, you can call me on the phone.
Yeah, we're not too hard to get a hold of. You can find us.
So spell that out for the folks who maybe failed Spanish class.
Oh, Desecho. It's Desecho. And this film, again, we have 3 different languages going on, and it's kind of it's this thriller that runs through this whole course, and we're kind of, we pump it through in real time, so we feel like there's a lot of things to uncover and a lot of interesting, and we hope you check it out. It's in film festivals right now, and eventually it'll be out online, so yeah, super excited.
Well, hopefully your next film will be kind of a docu-series on graduating from film school and comedy behind the production of all these films.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, you guys.
No,
Stay
sure.
tuned. We'll be right back.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. One of our things we love the most is video these days. It's everywhere, social media, all online, apps, you name it. We have PJ in the house from Uscreen platform that helps companies and people monetize their videos online.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
talk
thank
about
you.
this because video is everything right now.
Right. Yeah, so actually Uscreen's a monetization and distribution platform. So EverTalk TV itself, the website and the apps on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire and the mobile devices is all powered by Uscreen.
Wow.
So we have all types of TV series. We have a lot of fitness, like Yoga with Adrian, for example. It all streams on Uscreen. So we're the platform. It's pretty much like building your own Netflix per se.
Okay. So if I say someone's a fitness instructor, they would have their videos where, and then people can click and say, I want to buy the series. Is that how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. You basically, it's on demand. So we give you the website, and then we also give you the apps. So you can come on the website, subscribe, and then you have access to all the content.
Okay, looks like we have some footage on this. Let's take a look.
Meet Brad. Brad had the idea to create the Netflix of magic, offering hundreds of videos about all things magic for a small monthly fee. Abracadabra, Magic Stream. This is Sassy. Her inspiring workout program has become a big hit with women who want to achieve a strong, supple body of a ballerina. It's called Ballet Blast. More than 1,000 more experts, entertainers, and teachers are also reaping the rewards of selling videos online. No one has had to hire web developers to bring their vision to life. No one has had to invest in a complex e-commerce payment system. Why? Because everyone put their trust in Uscreen, the world's leading video on-demand platform. Video on demand is here. It's lucrative, and it's never been easier to do. Are you ready to roll?
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
So other than EverTalk TV and Good Morning LaLa, what is the highest demanded video series that you represent?
Yeah, so we have creators, all kinds, influencers, TV series, lots of fitness folks. Fitness is extremely popular. Obviously, a lot of education, also like Magic Stream itself. Anyone selling online courses. Pretty much we're a membership platform. So if you want to launch your own membership platform, but you also want to have it on TV devices and mobile, that's what Uscreen is.
Super cool. So what is it that both creators and viewers love most about Uscreen?
I think they love the fact that it's all in one. So we pretty much say, you bring the videos, we do everything else.
Everything else?
Everything else.
Editing?
No, we don't do the editing. So you're bringing the final video, and then we do all the live stream, the on-demand, we give you all the apps, we allow you to collect payments and PayPal.
What
So
about,
we're the platform.
What about marketing? How would you market on a place like iTunes? You'd do it on social media and you'd go
Correct. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a typical Facebook ad and have it go towards that.
Exactly. Most
Got
of our influencers and the companies we work with have their own audience. So we're mostly the platform, and they're advertising that through their social media. Now, we do have some cool marketing tools, sales pages and email automation, so that can then nurture your customers into your membership site.
Oh, that's
I think this is everything.
It is. It is. So if there's a creator out there, a contributor out there, somebody wants to submit their video or post it there, what do they need to know sort of in advance so they can do a great job of setting themselves up for success?
Absolutely. As long as you provide value in your video and you know someone's there and you can teach them, that's where we come in and we do all the heavy lifting of the video and the platform itself, and you can basically get directly paid from your audience.
Oh,
wow.
So join.
And what would be the price? Like, say someone is a fitness person or whatever. What is the best? I mean, obviously it depends on their audience, I'm sure, and how they market it. But what would you say is kind of that sweet spot, right? We look at like a Netflix or a, EverTalk TV or whatever, and there's a certain price that is people are kind of used to this, right? So what is a price point that really works for people?
Yeah, good question. Usually around $9 to $10 a month is very common for a subscription, but like I'll give you an example of a customer we met with yesterday, Sarah Beth Yoga, popular YouTuber who now has a membership site. She sells her yoga videos for $30 a month, so $29.99. So I would say it's around $8 to $30 a month, but we also have other customers that are selling for $40, $50 a month.
Love it. So what video series are you going to do?
I'm going to just post them all. I mean, whatever video. Probably the ones of my nieces, because they're so cute and they seem to get so many views no matter what they say and do. That's right. It's like the kids. People love kids.
I love this. And what do you see in the future of video?
Well, we want to be the go-to all-in-one platform that helps you pretty much monetize and distribute content. So we want to add a lot of marketing tools, want to enable you to build a community. So we don't want you to just have, hey, subscribers and they're paying us. We want you to enable and build a community around your paying users.
So how do you build a community if you're on something like an Apple?
Yeah, lots of ways. Like, for example, there's commenting, which you create engagement. There's a closed Facebook group, which we have a feature called Posts, which allows you to kind of have a feed of content within a page. There's gamification, there's user profiles, there's direct chat.
What's gamification?
So that would mean if you, as a member to Sarah Beth Yoga, you're her customer, you've watched a certain amount of customer, and she might give you a yoga mat symbol around your profile.
Oh.
And me as another customer noticed that, hey, you're a guru and you're very active within the community.
Okay, great.
Wow,
Wow,
love
I
it.
love this.
Just fantastic. So create your videos, submit them to Uscreen, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. And where can they find and follow?
Yeah, so uscreen.tv or at uscreen.tv. We're on all the social media, or just Google us.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, you guys. We are really talking about living a life that you love. We're Good Morning La La Land and EverTalk TV. We're on all social, Apple, Roku. Help me out here.
Yep. Yeah,
Uscreen,
Uscreen.
all over the
Website,
place.
Apple, Amazon Fire,
You
Roku.
scream, I scream, we all scream.
Right, scream.
It's Uscreen for
Yes.
sure.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
we're Good Morning La La Land, and we're waking up the world together. You guys have a beautiful day and make it happen.
All right, it's gonna